Hi guys, it's Nancy, and this video is sponsored by Blue Knight Rubber Stamps, brand new release for September 2020, and the first one that I get to play with is Silhouette Moose. So I have an idea for this guy and kind of using the background as inspiration here. I've been doing a lot with my Distress Oxide sprays lately, so I think I can kind of make, we'll see here, a Northern Lights look with the Distress Oxide sprays. Let's see how close we can get, and then we'll stamp this moose on there. So I have just a piece of Distress watercolor cardstock. So the Tim Holtz, it's already 5.5 by 4.25. So we're going to spray some of this Distress Oxide sprays on my craft mat here. Let me grab some paper towel. Have that ready to go. And my little Distress water sprayer just has some water in it. So when I think of Northern Lights, I immediately think of Twisted Citron. It's that lime green color, just this one here. And I'm actually going to grab another mat. There we go. Just because this is glass, this is the mat. I want to have the whole thing on the mat here. That'll make it easier for cleanup too. Okay, so I'm going to kind of spray this down the middle. Okay, so I have a line of it down the middle there. I think I want to add a little bit of, if I add purple to it, is it going to get muddy? Maybe I should do blue and then do purple. Okay, so this is Blueprint Sketch. You just want to shake them up really well because you want all that oxidation to move up. And I'm going to do this kind of on each side. I may not have any room for purple. Find out here. And then some wilted violet purple. Of course, we can always go back in and add the purple too. I'm just going to add a little squirt right here of purple. All right, let's see what we get there. So I don't even think I need any water, but we'll do 2 little squirts of water. Here we go. So I'm going to kind of lay this right down in the middle. Get that nice and saturated. And then when I lift, I'm going to kind of lift straight up so that when the color pulls, it pulls straight up. So yeah, that's kind of what I was looking for. Actually, now that I see it, instead of it going this way, I think I like it this way. I actually like it that way a lot. And let me grab a paintbrush here. The ink did its own thing, and I really like it. So I'm just going to grab some water, and I want to keep this down. This is now going to be my ground. Now that I see it all gathered up, this is going to be the ground. I'm going to keep this. Okay. I do like the Northern Lights look that we have going up here in the corner. I'm going to grab some of that off of there, brush that in, and that is actually pretty cool. So I'm going to clean that up real quick. That came out better than I expected it to come out, actually. I was thinking of doing the card this way, but now with this, we have this darker area as the ground. This is kind of our northern skies, and then we have that darker. I like it. So happy accidents, right? Okay, we're going to put this away. I am tickled by how that came out. I move my sprays out of the way. All right, we're going to take the heat gun and just kind of clean this up here. Dry that. So I'm actually going to mute so you guys don't have to hear me heating it. Okay, guys, I'm back. Sorry, I had to heat that, and I knew you guys didn't want to watch that or listen to it. So now what I want to do is put this in my mini Misty. Because this is a red rubber stamp, you're going to take out your foam pad out of your Misty. Or if you're using the Tim Holtz one, you're just going to flip it over. And we are going to put this panel in here. It is slightly warped, but not too bad. And I think I'm going to use the biggest mousse. So there's 3 different sizes of mousse: large, medium, small. And for this one, I think I'm going to go with the big one. And I know I'm going to cut some of this panel down, so I'm not going to go all the way to the bottom. I really like how this came out. Much cooler than I thought it was going to. And we are going to ink up, of course, with my favorite black ink, which is the VersaFine Claire Nocturne ink. And I have my handy dandy Blue Night rubber stamps handle on there. And because these are red rubber stamps, they take ink pretty easily and will stamp pretty evenly, pretty smoothly. So the only hard part here is because we're using watercolor paper, it has some texture to it. It might take a couple of inkings to get where we want it to be. Oh, that's actually not too bad. I'm gonna do it again. Slightly move my, whoops. Not move my paper, Nance. Whoops, hopefully that doesn't change anything. Sometimes that does. Might give us a little bit of a double stamping shadow there. Okay, we lucked out this time. All right, I think one more time and we should be good to go. Just really want to hold that down and get into all those little nooks and crannies of the watercolor paper. All right, that's pretty good. I'm not going to complain about that. I'm going to clean my mousse up though, because I do have a sentiment I think would be great. I don't have any punny stamps, but I would be looking for one that would say like, I mousse you. But since I don't have an I miss you, I do have something close we're going to use as our sentiment on this. And it is from the Sorrowful Pup, and it's missing you. So hopefully whoever gets this card will understand what that means. And since we're going to cut this down a little bit, I'm going to put it right here. Make sure that's straight. You can also stamp on a piece of acetate to double check it. I think we're all right. That actually looks pretty good. I'm going to do one more. This came out so simple, so easy. I did not expect that at all. Before we cut this down and attach it to a card base, we're going to let that sentiment dry quick. I'm going to add a little bit of ink direct to the card here. So I'm just going to take that same Versamark ink and I'm just going to swipe it across the bottom here, okay? Because I want it to look like, you know, he's standing out in the wilderness. So we want some of that black ink to kind of carry through here. There we go. And again, just heat set it before you cut it down. Like I said, that came out way better than I expected it to. I was totally going for a different look, but once I saw that panel, I had to run with it. I'm going to cut this down to 5 1/4 by 4. perfectly on our card base. I like to use a lot of glue because of this being a watercolor panel and it being a little bit warped. And then put a heavy block on there to let that dry. It'll be dry in no time. It's enough time for me to put my lid back on my glue. And again, you can get these stamps from Blue Knight Rubber Stamps. I'll link them down below. If you're not a member of the Fans of Blue Knight Rubber Stamps on Facebook, check them out. A lot of good ideas and inspiration from the members of that group. There is also a Blue Knight Rubber Stamps YouTube channel. I will link that down below for you as well. If you have any questions about anything that I used, you can post it down in the comments in the description box. And again, I'll link everything for you. So the two stamps that I used were the Silhouette Moose, brand new release from Blue Knight Rubber Stamps. And then I pulled the sentiment from Sorrowful Pup, which is this Missing You. All right. And very easy technique to get that faux Northern Lights look. Look at how cool that is. I could not have done that any easier. Really easy to do. If you have any questions, post them down below. If you like this video, I always appreciate your thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. I always do videos on card making, foiling, stamping, anything artsy, craftsy. We have a lot of fun members in our Foiling Snobs Club group on Facebook. If you want to check us out, we don't just do foiling, we do stamping as well. But thanks for watching and keep on stamping. Bye-bye.